Hi, third graders. Mrs. D here to teach you how to write an uppercase cursive Q and an uppercase cursive T. Now, we're on the up and over curve letters. And so far, we've done up and over curve I, up and over curve J, and now I'm going to show you up and over curve Q. Watch carefully. Up and over curve all the way around. Give it a loop on the inside and dip underneath. That's a Q. This dip underneath descends under the basement line, and so the letter Q doesn't connect to any other letter in words that start with it, even though it looks like it might. Up and over curve. Give it a loop on the inside and dip it under the bottom line. Up and over curve. Give it a loop, dip under. Up and over curve, give it a loop on the inside and under the bottom line. Show you again. Up and over curve, give it a loop, dip it under. Up and over curve, give it a loop on the inside and dip it under. Not too many words that I can think of start with capital Q, but some names do. So here's one. Quinn is a name. And as you already know, most words that have a Q have a U following. If we were going to write Queen Elizabeth, we would write an up and over curve, give it a loop on the inside, dip it under, U-E-N. That is your uppercase Q. Let me show you now an uppercase T. An uppercase T is called a double curve letter. It's not an overcurve letter, so it doesn't start with an overcurve, and it has a stroke in it called a double curve. Watch carefully. You also have to lift your pen off the page to write a T. Baby slant, up and over, under. You lift your pen off the page, and you do a double curve and give it a tail. Baby slant, up and under, lift your pencil, double curve, tail. Baby slant, up and under, double curve, tail. Baby slant, up and under, lift your pen, double curve, tail. Baby slant, up and then under, double curve, tail. Baby slant, up and under, double curve, tail. That is your uppercase T. And if you guessed you're not going to connect this to other letters in words that start with uppercase T, you're right, because it ends over here, so you can't. Let's write some days of the week. Tuesday and Thursday. There's your uppercase T. Okay, we're ready to move on to lined paper now. Just like always, boys and girls, certain things will really help you practice and learn your cursive letters. So first of all, sit up nice and tall in your chair. Make sure your chair is supporting your back. You're going to want to slant your paper to help you with one of the 4 keys to legibility. Remember, the size, the shape, the spacing, and the slant of your letters are all things that you should be paying attention to. To get a good slant, righties, tilt your paper this way. Lefties, tilt your paper towards your body this way. Let me zoom in and let's take a look at what Q and T look like on lined paper. So now we're writing on lines, the size of your letters matters. Watch carefully. Up and over curve, loop it on the inside, dip it under, and then stop. That's the Q. Up and over curve, loop on the inside, dip it under the bottom line. Up and over curve, loop on the inside, dip under. Up and over curve, give it a loop, dip it under. Up and over curve, give it a loop, and dip it under. I'm taking a look. I think I like this one the best because it has the best slant. You should get into the habit of taking a look at your own writing. Which letters did you make the neatest? Which ones do you like the most? There's your cue on lined paper. Here's another place that starts with a Q. I'll write a word. Up and over curve, give it a loop, dip it under. This place is in Canada. Quebec. There's your Q. Now, I'd like to show you the most common Q mistakes I see. There's actually two. Remember what I told you about overcurved letters? They're sometimes really tricky to slant. And so the best thing to do is to really give your paper a good slant if that's something that you're having trouble with. So I often see Qs that look like this. And so the shape is okay, but you'll make a noticing there that there isn't a slant. You really have to tell your pen to go forward. That's why I say up and over curve, give it a loop and a tail. By telling yourself to go over here, you're going to help slant it quite a bit. So that's a very common cue mistake. The other cue mistake I see is this one. Up and over curve, give it a loop, and then trying to connect it to other letters. It doesn't connect. It stops at the bottom line. So make sure you don't do that either. Those are the two most common mistakes I see. Let me show you T now. It's not an up and over curve letter. There are only 3 up and over curve capital letters, and they are up and over curve, loop, give it a tail, I. J, up and over curve, give it a loop, drop to the basement, loop, and undercurve. And now Q, up and over curve, give it a loop, and dip it under. Now, let me show you a T. A T is called a double curve letter. I'm not really sure why, but that's what it's called. So let me show you. Baby slant, up and under, take your pen off the page, and double curve it and give it a tail. That's T. I'll show you again. I'll try to move my pen out of the way here. Baby slant, up and under, take your pen off the page, double curve it, give it a tail. Baby slant, up and under, give it a hook and a tail. Baby slant, up and under, give it a hook and a tail. Baby slant, up and under, give it a hook, give it a tail. I think I like this one the best. This one I made too wide on top. So that is your uppercase T. Some words that start with T. This is a country. Baby slant. Up and under. Give it a hook. Give it a tail. Turkey. That's a country. Now, a few things sometimes happen with a T. So let me show you some very common T mistakes to watch out for. Watch out for this one. That's the problem there. I see that frequently. And really watch out for this very common mistake, not connecting your hook and your tail. So watch out for that one too. Baby slant, up and under, give it a hook, give it a tail. That's all for today, boys and girls. Remember, it helps to practice in the air with your finger. Baby slant, up and under, give it a hook, give it a tail. It helps to trace on the surface you're working on. Baby slant, up and under, give it a hook, give it a tail. And it also helps to trace and to say the strokes out loud. Happy practicing. See you next time.